Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The real reason the Golden Bachelor's Barry Bear Myrden quit show, and it's bad news for Sunny. After 8 nerve-wracking episodes, Barry Bear Myrden eventually found his match on the Golden Bachelor with Sunny Long in Sunday's finale. But in what could be bad news for his winner, CEO Sunny Long, 58, the 61-year-old engineer almost didn't meet her at all. Bear quit the Channel 9 show shortly after being cast as the new Golden Bachelor, because he had found love. And in a surprising twist, it was the Canadian-born Sydney Sider who auditioned for the role in the first place. He applied, they liked him instantly, then he pulled out because he'd met someone, an insider told Confidential. The source added that after Bear made his exit before the cameras had a chance to roll, the show's creators were stuck for a star. But once they saw the rest of the candidates, let's just say Bear suddenly looked like a rock star and they lured him back, the production insider explained. According to the source, the other possible bachelors were spectacularly underwhelming. Bear is said to be loving all the attention the show has brought him. This week, it was revealed by Women's Day that Bear was engaged to a millionaire heiress named Jo Kinghorn after his wife Audrey died in 2014, despite claiming on the show he had remained single since becoming a widower. An insider who attended the couple's engagement party in 2016 revealed leaked information about their ill-fated romance and said Bear was commonly described as a tosser by Kinghorn's friends. Bear spent most of the engagement party showing off in the ski boat Jo bought him, the source told Daily Mail, adding he was also quite flirtatious with some of the women in attendance at the soiree. They added that Bear barely paid attention to male members of the friendship group, who did not find the infrastructure engineer interesting. What's more, according to the insider, Bear didn't cough up for Kinghorn's engagement ring. It should be known that the engagement ring was purchased by the bride-to-be, the source claimed. Kinghorn fell madly in love with the keen sailor after meeting the Canadian widower in 2012. A friend of Kinghorn told the publication that Bear's claims about his love life on the show have left her and her friends gobsmacked. For not only had the pair been engaged and lived together, but Kinghorn even stepped into the stepmom role with Bear's 3 young boys, Charlie, Jack, and Declan. However, as soon as money started playing a major role in their relationship, things seemed to go downhill for the couple. Kinghorn is a millionaire heiress. Her father founded Alco Financial Services and Rams Home Loans and has been featured on the Aussie Rich list. Bear seemingly lived the good life with Kinghorn, who hired a full-time nanny for his children so that she and the engineer could travel the world together. The publication revealed that when the pair got engaged in 2016, Bear and his 3 kids moved into Kinghorn's $6 million home in Manly. The real reason the Golden Bachelor's Barry Bear Myrden quit the show and why it's bad news for Sunny Faulkner. Fans thought they had it all figured out. From the very first episode, Barry Bear Myrden looked like the steady heart of the mansion, the warm, soft-spoken gentleman whose life experience made him seem wiser, calmer, and far less interested in reality TV games than the rest of the cast. While others chased roses and camera time, Bear chased connection. Real connection. So when news broke that he quietly stepped away from the Golden Bachelor, viewers were stunned. But according to insiders, Bear's exit wasn't random, and it definitely wasn't simple. It was personal. Painfully personal. And for Sunny, it may change everything. A different kind of contestant. From the start, Bear stood out. He wasn't flashy. He didn't make dramatic speeches or pick fights. Instead, he listened. He laughed easily. He carried himself like someone who had already lived a full life and wasn't trying to prove anything. That authenticity quickly made him a fan favorite. And it didn't go unnoticed inside the house either. Sunny Faulkner gravitated toward him almost immediately. Their conversations felt effortless late-night talks about family, loss, second chances, and what love looks like after decades of life experience. While other relationships on the show felt rushed or forced, theirs unfolded naturally. Producers reportedly loved their chemistry. Some crew members even whispered that Bear and Sunny were the most genuine couple the franchise has seen in years. Which makes what happened next even more heartbreaking. The moment everything shifted. According to sources close to production, Bear's turning point came after an off-camera family call. Unlike younger dating shows, the Golden Bachelor contestants often have children and grandchildren back home. Life doesn't pause just because you're filming a romance series. And Bear's life outside the show was complicated. Very complicated. Friends say he joined the series hoping to open his heart again after years of focusing solely on family responsibilities. But being away for weeks started weighing on him more than he expected. During one emotional phone call, he reportedly learned that someone close to him needed more support than he realized. That news hit hard. Really hard. Suddenly, the fantasy bubble of reality TV felt wrong. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Crew members say Bear grew quieter after that. He still smiled for Sunny. Still showed up for dates. But something had shifted behind his eyes. One insider described it simply: he looked torn, like his heart was in two places at once. Producers allegedly encouraged him to stay, reminding him how strong his connection with Sunny was and how far he'd already come. But Bear isn't someone who ignores his gut. And his gut told him family came first. Always. So instead of chasing roses or airtime, he made the kind of decision that defines character, not television drama. He chose to walk away. Why it's devastating for Sunny. For Sunny, Bear wasn't just another contestant. He was her safe place. While others competed loudly for attention, Bear gave her calm. Stability. A sense that love didn't have to feel chaotic. Their bond had quietly grown deeper than many viewers realized. Some sources say Sunny truly believed he might be the one. So when he told her he was leaving, it wasn't explosive or theatrical. It was worse. It was gentle. Private. And real. Bear reportedly explained that he couldn't fully open his heart on the show while worrying about home. He didn't want to promise something he might not be able to follow through on. In other words, he respected her too much to fake it. Which somehow made it hurt even more. The bad news no one wanted to hear. Here's where things get complicated. Bear's departure doesn't just remove a contestant. It changes Sunny's entire journey. Without him, the emotional balance shifts. She now has to reevaluate every other relationship, and insiders say she's struggling to connect the same way. Because once you experience something authentic, everything else can feel like an imitation. Some producers worry she may emotionally withdraw. Others believe she might leave early too. If that happens, the season loses one of its most compelling love stories entirely. Fans react. When rumors of Bear's exit leaked online, social media erupted. Viewers weren't angry. They were sad. Because Bear represented something rare in reality TV: integrity. He didn't chase fame. He didn't manufacture drama. He chose responsibility over romance. And oddly enough, that may be the most romantic thing of all. Many fans are already calling him the gentleman who put family first. The most real man the franchise has ever had. Proof that love sometimes means walking away. Could there still be hope? Here's the twist that keeps fans dreaming. Bear didn't leave because he didn't care. He left because he cared too much. And that kind of love doesn't just disappear. Some insiders hint that once filming wraps and life settles down, there's nothing stopping Bear and Sunny from reconnecting off camera. No rules. No roses. No pressure. Just two people seeing if their spark still exists in the real world. Honestly, that might be the most golden ending of all. The real reason in one word. If you boil it down, Bear didn't quit because of drama, contracts, or heartbreak. He left for one simple reason: family. And in doing so, he reminded everyone watching that love isn't about staying on a show. It's about showing up where you're needed most, even if it costs you a chance at happily ever after. For Sunny, it's painful. For fans, it's bittersweet. But for Bear, it was the only choice he could live with. And sometimes, the bravest love stories are the ones that happen off screen.